Welcome to another episode of TikToks. If you're someone who just started listening or have been listening to us since day one, we want you to know that you matter to us and we are so grateful for your support.
If you have any comments, questions, or topic suggestions na gusto nyong pagkwentuhan namin sa show, mag-send lang kayo ng message through our email, jilly.dave04@gmail.com.
Or you can send us a DM on our personal social accounts, Dave Jan Aragon or Jilly Nicomedes, both on Facebook and Instagram.
Enjoy listening!
It's like you're running in a race. So instead of looking at the finish line, ang layo ko pa, why don't you look back? Ito na yung natakbo ko. I believe na if you want to change something in your life, you have to do something different.
Matagal kasi yung yung goal na gusto mong makita. Huwag kang nagmamadali. Kailangan it takes time and consistency.
Success is taking the leap of faith sa isang bagay na ang tagal-tagal mo nang ginagawa pero nasubukan mo siyang gawin finally.
Hello everyone!
Hello!
Welcome back! Welcome back to another episode of TikToks. Again, my name is Jilly and I am with Dave. And again, we are here to talk about the different aspects of life. But this time around, for this specific episode, we are going to talk about the meaning of success, all about redefining it, how you see it. Because as we all know, as time goes by and we try to grow for the better, our definition and perception of success definitely changes. And let's admit it, diba? Sometimes it really couldn't be helped to feel the pressure from the people and our society as to how we should aim to be quote-unquote successful.
Definitely.
Kasi, we have different perceptions and different views on how we see things. So, okay, let me ask you, Dave, just a little life update.
Okay, sige.
How are you doing right now? Are you content with your current state in terms of work, life, friends?
Yeah.
So, kwentuhan mo.
As of now, in terms of being successful, I feel like I'm on my way. I'm on my way na to become one. In my own definition which is later on we will be discussing. Siguro in terms of like figures or parang mga nabili mo na tangible things, I can't say na I'm successful. But in terms of navigating the life, yung mga small habits that I need to do para mapunta doon sa success, I think papunta na. I'm nearly there. Plus, nabanggit ko din kasi ito sa'yo last time na parang I was able to found out na I'm a multi-potentialite. Na maybe I don't have one true calling and I really love to do multiple things at the same time, which is not bad. So, ayun, for me, medyo successful na ako in terms of having freedom na kung ano yung gusto kong gawin. Kasi before, medyo hirap akong i-figure out what do I want to do, how to live a purposeful life. Medyo ngayon, simula nung nagkaroon ng pandemic, na nagkaroon tayo ng time to reflect and to meditate, ganyan. Na ako, parang shocks, papunta na ako dito. Tapos, for some people, if you're going to look outside in, kumbaga, alam ko naman na if other people will see my current state, some of them will think na it's impractical, it's irrational, kasi parang wala akong sense of direction. But for me, yung feeling of loss na tinatansya mo kung para saan ka, parang you're testing the waters literally. Like, for example, you want to pursue this kind of career path. I always try to imagine kasi if 5 years from now, gagawin ko pa rin ba yung bagay na yon? So, kung hindi ko na nakikita yung sarili ko doon, aalis ako. Parang iniisip ko yung in the long run, hindi lang yung ngayon. Kasi parang iniisip ko, if I will try to enter this career path or if I will try this opportunity and then, alam mo yun, parang kumbaga ginagawa ko lang siya kasi for the sake na meron ako ngayon. Hindi siya maglalast. And I think, for me, yun yung mas impractical. Kesa yung medyo matagal kang mag-decide, pero at least sigurado ka na. Diba? If you get what I mean. So, I'm nearly there. Yun lang. Ang dami ko sinabi, but I'm nearly there Plus, I'm really proud na nitong nakaraang mga buwan, na-identify ko talaga yung sarili ko. Parang what do I want in life, what I don't want, where I'm good at, things that I'm not good at. Yun. Which is dati hindi clear sa akin yun. Ikaw ba, your experience?
Yeah, sobrang ganda naman ng current state mo ngayon kasi as we all know, sobrang
Sana,
huge
in retrospect make sense.
Yes. Sobrang huge factor yung you are able to slowly identify and know yourself better. And especially when it comes to making decisions, I feel like pareho tayong nasa stage na we wanted to try something new. We wanted to pursue a lot of things.
Yeah.
In different directions, and we just have to choose one. Alam mo yun. So, kailangan nating mag-decide kung ano ba talaga yung gusto nating gawin sa buhay. And tama rin yung sinabi mo na kailangan medyo long run tayo mag-isip.
Yeah.
Because lahat man tayo, we don't want to waste our energy. We don't want to waste our time, our finances, if ever, kung magpa-pursue tayo ng isang specific thing. So, I feel like we're both on that current state. Now we are deciding on what to do with our lives, but still it's good because we are content in terms of the things that are happening to us right now kasi maraming opportunities na nagbubukas, maraming chances. We know that we have a lot of time. So ayun, ako naman, I feel like I am happy with what I am doing with this podcast, with my work. But sometimes, hindi natin may iwasan na you feel like you're stuck in the monotonous, parang paulit-ulit na lang. So, nandun yung, yung drive to want to try something new. And currently, I'm still thinking about pursuing new things. And yun nga yung sinabi ko kanina, kung ano man yung mapag-desisyonan kong gawin sa buhay ko, I feel like I have to be ready. But in terms of human connections with my friends, families, the people around me, I am happy naman and content.
Which is a good thing. Yeah, which is a good thing. I want to add with that. Kasi I really love how people nowadays are being more content simula nung nagkaroon ng pandemic. Kasi like what I've said in the previous episode, parang it's not a time for us to show off and show the world what we have or what we have. Ano yung mga napundar natin sa buhay whatsoever. But it's the time for us to survive. Plus, yun nga, napag-usapan natin before na we have to talk about people na nade-depress sila or parang they feel sad kasi wala pa sila doon sa gusto nila. But sometimes, ang malaking factor kasi is the society. Na parang, for example, the society tells us na you have to have one stable job. Parang sa mata ng mga tao, yun ang successful na if you become a manager, if you earn these figures na right, 3 digits or whatsoever, kung ano man yung gusto nila. But again, it boils down to the very basic na may tao na parang, for example, they want to try this path or they want to pursue this kind of career or they want to pursue this kind of passion. Pero pipigilan sila na gawin yon kasi hindi yon yung ine-expect ng mga tao sa paligid nila or maybe hindi rin yon yung ine-expect ng family nila sa kanya.
Yeah.
Diba? So, I think it's a very important notion na dapat sana ma-adapt ng bawat isa sa atin ngayon. Yung parang you just need to do whatever makes you happy. I know it's cliche and lagi natin narinig kung saan ka masaya. But legit yun na yung genuine happiness, parang it's something na hindi mo mababayaran talaga ng pera. So, yung for example yan, may kami kang pera, mag-travel ka, spend mo yung buhay mo sa pagtatrabaho na araw-araw nandun ka na lang. May taong ganon. Pero again, yung mga millennial kasi ngayon, sa dami ng nakikita natin sa social media, ang dami nating choices. Kaya parang mabilis tayong mag-shift ng gusto natin gawin. And I think that's okay. I want to normalize it. I want to normalize it na it's okay if you have a lot of interests in life. Kasi parang in retrospect, it will make sense. Na for example, yun, in your case, na parang ikaw, you're a copywriter and then you teach English as a side hustle, you do a podcast, and then nabanggit mo sa akin ng nakaraan na you want to pursue a degree in psychology, like, moving forward. I think that's totally okay. Parang some people, they find it irrational.
Akala ko sinabi mo na yung...
Okay lang yun. Sabihin natin
okay
sa
lang yun. Sige.
Nabanggit
para
ko rin naman to.
Claim it.
Claim it, diba? The universe
Claim.
conspired to make it happen. So, parang ako, nasabi ko din na I wanted to ganyan. I think that's totally okay. Kasi, parang mas nagiging adaptable din tayo sa change. Alam mo yun, yung parang meron tayong alam na maliliit sa bawat bagay sa mundo, pero meron tayong isang magaling talaga tayo or isang sabi natin na ito talaga yung forte natin. So, okay naman yun, whichever you want. Okay.
True. So, yun, I think that brings us to the very important topic of how we define success. Ikaw ba? Because, as we all know, from the basic definition, nabanggit mo kanina, okay, basic definition lang, I just want to share. Success, the dictionary meaning, is the achievement of something that you have been trying to do. So,
that's the
however, we mentioned
definition.
Yes.
By the book definition. Yes.
Mm-hmm. However, we mentioned na it always depends on your mindset, on how you see things. And banggitin na rin natin siguro yung mga traditional or oldies notion na nabanggit mo kanina na pagka-successful ka, ibig sabihin, you have lots of money, you have a huge house, meron kang car. So, yun yung traditional na definition of success for other people. But what about you? What is your own definition of success?
Yes. I think it's something that I have learned or defined way back before pa ng pandemic. And I know it's very contradicting kung ano yung sinasabi ng society. Ewan ko ba, lumaki akong ganun, parang laging opposed ako sa status ko. De joke lang. Hindi,
wow.
Very indifferent. Hindi, yun nga, tama yung sinabi mo, parang dapat kapag successful ka na, ibig sabihin nun, ito na yung trabaho mo, nakapag-masters ka na, nakapag-abroad ka na, tapos may wife ka, may husband ka, may family ka, may kids ka, yun yung definition nila. But for me, my definition of success is living a simple life and having a peaceful mind and also having my freedom. Kasi ito yung talagang kino-contemplate ko recently na parang I'm torn if, halimbawa, magma-masters ba ako na ganito? Magpapakapagod ako. 5 years ako magsuspend ng time ko dito na doing research, blah, 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 blah. Spend ko yung money ko dito. Or, parang magkakaroon ako ng job na no-brainer. Like what? Hindi no-brainer na pang bobo. I mean, hindi mo kailangan mag-isip. Tapos, in your free time, you can do a lot of things. Like, you can start doing this passion project, like this podcast. Tapos, parang you can travel, you can try other hobbies, kung gusto mo magtuto magluto, mag-bake, mag-learn ng language, yung mga ganun. Kasi, to be honest, kung meron kang ini-aim na high position sa isang company, or meron kang gusto mong maging successful sa isang talagang field, mahirap gawin yung may mga side hustles or passion projects ka. Kasi syempre, yung neurons and yung brain cells natin, tao lang din tayo, napapagod tayo na we have a lot of things that we want to achieve, but our time is very limited, diba? And I think you can relate to this right now. Kasi, diba, pag sa work, parang pagod ka na, kailangan mo mag-exert ng sobrang creative juices, tapos pag may kailangan tayong gawin na, kanya itong podcast, medyo parang exhausted ka na. So, for me, the definition of success is yung hawak mo yung oras mo, parang, work-life balance. Work-life balance. Tapos yung kaya kong i-break yung cycle. Hindi kasi ako fan ng mga monotonous na gawain. May mga tao na gusto nila, may plano na sila, okay, ito gagawin ko araw-araw. Pero ako, I really like surprises. I really like thrill in my life. So, mas gusto ko yung parang nomad ako. Parang, alam mo yung gypsy ka na kung ano-ano tinatry mo. Tapos, yun, isa pa, success is taking the leap of faith sa isang bagay na ang tagal-tagal mo nang ginagawa pero nasubukan mo siyang gawin finally. Kasi di ba maraming ganun yung parang what stops you from doing this first step, this small step in order for you to achieve something. Tapos sa atin, we have the resources, we have the connections, yung iba pa nga sa mga masaswerte pero takot silang mag-jump into the unknown kasi nga baka i-judge ako na hindi ako magaling, baka mag-fail ako. Pero for me, natutuwa ako kasi medyo unti-unti ko na siyang nagagawa ngayon na yung mag-start ka ng from scratch, hindi lahat kasi ng tao comfortable gawin yun eh. Diba? Especially if they're in their comfort zone na for how many years.
Oo, totoo.
Parang, okay na ako dito. Bakit pa ako aalis? Parang sa akin ngayon, hindi ako takot mawalan ng stability. Hindi ko masasabing na kailangan wala akong pera habang buhay. Pero hindi ako takot magsimula ng bago. Kasi I believe na if you want to change something in your life, you have to do something different. As in, gusto kong i-highlight yun. Kasi, for example, it depends on your goal eh. For example, your goal is to have a simple life na you have to eat only 3 times a day lang. Tapos, you work as a government employee or admin staff ka sa isang corporate company. That's fine. Kaya mo yun. Kaya mong i-sustain yung 3 meals a day. But what if ang lifestyle na gusto mo is, I want to go abroad, I want to take masters, I want to buy car, I want to buy house, or I want to enroll pa sa mga ibang skills, gusto kong improve yung personal development ko, tapos nagreklamo ka, nagtatrabaho ako, nag-overtime ako 15 hours a day, pero hindi ako mayaman. Eh, syempre, I mean, hindi ko naman sasabi na hindi ka talaga yayaman sa corporate job or sa government something, but matagal yung process. Let's just be honest. So, if you want to level up yung lifestyle mo, kailangan may gawin kang extra. So, doon papasok yung you have to work smart and you have to strategize in what you do instead of working hard and praying hard. Of course, yun yung basic eh. Mag-pray ka, tapos parang leave it up to God, and then you have to try your best, but you have to strategize din. Kailangan may tactic ka paano mo gagawin yung isang bagay. So, yun. Ikaw ba?
Sobrang gusto ko yung yung sinabi mo na if you want to succeed or you want to achieve the lifestyle that you have been dreaming of, syempre kailangan may gawin kang extra. And at the same time, parang naalala ko kasi sa sinabi mo, yung meron akong isang naging student last night lang. Tapos, I think he's in his 40s or almost 50. And he's been in the company that he's working right now for 21 years. Tapos, na-mention ko sa kanya na, for us, I mean, people my age, 21 years and staying in the same company is actually a long, long time for us. But for them, it's a normal thing. Sa age nila, diba? Kasi parang sinabi ko sa kanya na, I think in our age, yung group namin, it feels like we wanted to always try something new. And sobrang rare na lang sa amin yung magsistay in one place and keep doing the same things, but with a little progress. Siyempre, may hierarchy naman yun pag matagal ka na sa company. But imagine being in the same company for 21 years. And he told me, yes, diba? Tayo, we can't imagine. We can't imagine staying in the same place. Pero I talked to him and he said na it's all about being content. And he doesn't, it's not that he didn't dream of something bigger. But for him, it's success. Alam mo yun, being content in what he's doing, being happy. He is happy with his friends and colleagues, yung mga bosses niya. He mentioned also na a huge factor is the people that you get to be with every day. And I asked him, what do you do when you feel stressed or you feel bored, or don't you feel like you should be doing something else kasi you've been doing the same thing for 21 years? Tapos sinabi niya naman na there are a few changes in terms of work stuff, and may mga times na nagbabago yung job description niya, nalilipat siya sa different departments. So those kinds of little changes is enough for him to stay. And he mentioned also na stress, eto natutunan ko sa kanya, sabi niya, stress is not in his vocabulary. Kasi sabi niya na, if you think about how you are stressed, then you will become more stressed. So parang, naalala ko siya dun sa sinabi mo na, instead of just working hard and you keep on telling yourself that you are stressed, puro ka na lang rant sa buhay. I mean, it's okay to rant, but I guess if
don't wallow into that situation.
Yes. I mean, if you just keep on seeing the negative things that is happening to you right now, I feel like you are not going to progress, and you will just be you will just be depressed and sad na there's nothing exciting going on in your life. So what are you going to do about it? I guess you just have to, yun na sabi mo nga, if you want to have a change in your life, hindi naman kailangan yung big leap agad na mag-resign ka, maghanap ka ng ibang work. I mean, try to put your energy, your attention to something else. Kahit na extra man lang yan na
I agree.
New things, 'di ba? Para lang hindi ka stuck sa ganong notion na puro negative things yung nakikita mo sa situation mo, puro ka self-pity. You know, it's not good.
Exactly.
Although we encourage self-compassion, pero self-pity is different. I think it's a different story.
Different. It's a different story.
Yeah, totally different story. So, yun. I feel like it's all about having a different mindset.
Exactly. I agree. I really love that you've shared what you've learned from your student na 40 years old. And dito lalabas, parang yun ang definition niya ng success. Stability, ayaw niya ng alis-alis, ayaw niya ng palipat-lipat. And that's okay. And we have to respect that.
And he's happy.
Yun ang importante. Again, it boils down yun to the very basic. As long as you're happy, you're not doing anything bad to other people, wala kang ginagawang masama, wala kang nilalabag na kung ano man. I think okay na yun. Tapos, yun nga, parang sa kanya, ang definition niya ng success is, yun nga, like ako, my grandparents, they stayed in their company for 30 years. Nag-retire sila doon. Okay lang yun. Meron naman sa bangko, naging, ano sila, I don't know, nag-start sila from teller, naging manager, ganyan.
Yeah.
Meron naman sa school, they started teaching after they got graduated, nag-retire sila as principal. May ganong tao nga na parang at the end of the day, yun na talaga yung gusto nilang gawin. And that's totally okay. Again, this podcast is not telling everyone na yung definition namin ng success, yun na dapat yung definition nyo. Kasi kami talaga, parang we want to do a lot of things. Ang sinasabi lang namin is, we have to be comfortable in our own definition of success. Parang, ano yung importante ba kasi sa'yo? So, there are people na for them, importante sa kanila yung family. Ayaw nilang lumayo, ayaw nilang mag-abroad. Kasi contento na sila na kahit maliit yung sahod sa Pilipinas, basta kasama ko pamilya ko. Then, meron naman tao na sanay maging independent. Sanay sila na tumira mag-isa. So, it doesn't matter to them kung lilipat ako ng iba't ibang kontinente or bansa, like Angeli Dab na sa travel niya, tapos magsisettle siya sa ibang country, that's totally okay din. So, kanya-kanya talaga tayo. I think ang kailangan natin matutunan is respect. Na hindi porket hindi niya na-achieve yung bagay na gusto mong ma-achieve sa sarili mo, i-judge mo na yung tao. Na parang, ano ba naman to? Sinayang yung pinag-aralan. Tapos, nag-online business na lang siya. Masaya na ba siya dyan? Diba kasi, again, we have different definition of success and happiness. For you, ang happiness is yumaman ka. Malay mo, ang happiness niya magbenta pala. Diba?
Oo, diba?
Bakit naman ganyan ka? Nakatapos siya ng ganyang course, tapos ganyan na yung again,
diba?
Wala kang pakialam doon. May hugot. Wala kang pakialam doon. Okay.
Eto, may naalala lang akong quote na sabi ni Marcus Aurelius, because, our podcast, we kind of uphold the philosophy of Stoicism. So ito, yung sabi, it never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but we care more about their opinion than our own. Sabi niya.
How paradoxical Grabe, ironic.
Parang mahal naman mo yung sarili mo, pero sobrang nagkikare ka sa sinasabi ng iba. So, I guess success is all about being happy in what you're doing.
Yeah, oo. And so, ito pa, another realization. Success is not letting other people's opinion to become your reality. Diba? Yung definition mo ng mga bagay-bagay, hindi ka nagpapa-apekto sa kung ano yung sinasabi at opinion nila sa'yo. But, again, inulit namin sa criticism episode namin. Syempre, iba naman yung talagang very self-absorbed ka na totally hindi ka na makikinig. Iba na rin naman yun. Okay. So, now that we have defined our own definition of success, akin, freedom, tapos sabi mo, being contented and being happy. Let me just ask you naman, Gili, na what are the steps or maybe habits that you started to develop sa sarili mo nitong mga nakaraan para ma-reach mo yung success na gusto mong mangyari sa buhay mo?
Okay. So, as usual, simula nung sinabi natin sa mga previous episode na we are a work in progress. I am still a work in progress. So, when it comes to defining or having my own little experience of success, for me kasi, success is progress eh. I know in myself na I am not where I want myself to be kasi hindi pa ito yun eh. Hindi pa ito yung full potential. But I know that I am getting there and I'm doing everything to be there. So, ayun. We wanted for this part to help you guys define your own definition of success. So, gusto lang namin mag-share ng different questions that that we think you should ask yourself so that you would be able to know yourself better and at the same time define what success is for you. So una is yung tinatawag na lifestyle design. You can take note of this. So ask yourself lang, what does success look like for you in terms of health, wellness, family and social life, holidays and hobbies. So na-mention to ni Dave kanina, it's all about choosing your priorities. May ibang tao na mahalaga sa kanila yung family, kaya hindi na lang sila aalis to work abroad. But meron namang iba na mas priority nila yung sarili nila and self-improvement. That's why they go to other countries to work. Now, second question, where do you spend your time day to day, week to week, and how do you spend it? I guess it's all a matter of identifying kung yung everyday na ginagawa mo still makes you happy and identifying the things that you want to change in your everyday life. Now, merong second phase of questions which they call creative freedom. So ito yung mga questions. First one is, what does meaningful work feel like for you professionally? So what makes something meaningful for you? And yung work mo ba ngayon meaningful? Does it feel like it's changing anything for the better? Okay, second question, what kind of people do you work for and do you work with, and how do they inspire you? And last one, do you get to switch off and step back from work whenever you want without everything crashing down around you? So do you have the freedom to step back from your daily work or from what you're doing whenever you want to? Do you have that specific set of self-boundaries na kaya mong gawin anytime? So those are just, I feel like, the very few helpful questions that we want to share with you.
It's very helpful that you've mentioned those questions na pwede namin tanongin sa sarili natin. How do you define success? And I want to add with that na it's something that I've read last week na meron tayong means and end goals. So, for example, mean goals mo, yun yung career, yun yung relationship, yun yung family, yun yung health, friendship. Pero si end goals mo is what's the reason behind bakit mo gusto yun. So for example, you want a stable career kasi ang end goals mo is stability. Ano yung tawag doon? Parang living a luxurious life. Bakit gusto mo ng good friendship? Kasi you want companion. You want the feeling of being connected to someone. You want the feeling of being loved. Gusto mo ng, for example, ano ba yung iba? For example, gusto mag-artista or gusto maging celebrity. Ano ba yung end goal mo? Yung iba, they want to inspire other people. They want to be an influence to other people. Yung iba, they want to become popular. They want to build connections. So, mas mapapadali yung pag-define natin ng success kung alin yung end goal na ano yung gusto mong ma-attain. 'Di ba? Kasi, gusto ko ganito, gusto ko ganyan. Ito yung gusto kong gawin, ito yung gusto kong makatain. Bakit? 'Di ba? Parang, why do you want to travel? Kasi gusto kong makamit ng iba't ibang tao from different culture. I want the feeling of being connected. I want the feeling of freedom. Ganyan. I want the feeling na parang ibang tao ako kasi ang dami kong natututunan. 'Di ba? Yun yung end goal mo. So, kapag na-identify mo yun yung gusto mong mangyari sa buhay mo, ma-figure out mo alin doon sa mga yun yung magiging priority mo. And other tip that I want to share is for those people who are confused with what to do with their life. I think, for example, they want to do this specific thing. Na, for example, you want to become a lawyer. And then yung work mo ngayon is malayo. Like, for example, call center ka. So, lagi mo ring gawin or lagi mo ring isipin, kung yung ginagawa mo ba ngayon, will it bring you closer to where you wanted to be? Kasi, okay lang mag-try ka ng different things. Mag-try ka ng ibang bagay. Okay yun kasi natututo ka. But, kung meron kang end goal talaga, parang hindi ka mapupunta doon kung hindi ka nagsisimulang pumunta doon sa way. For example, sa direction tayo, parang you're here in Fairview and you want to go to Makati, hindi ka naman makakapunta sa Makati kung hindi ka dadaan ng EDSA, 'di ba? Kung papunta ka sa Barte, mapupunta ka sa North. Parang ganun siya. Out of way siya. So, kailangan lagi papunta ka dun sa gusto mong puntahan. Or meron kang, kahit hindi yun yung trabaho mo, nagde-develop ka ng small habits or small skills or nagbi-build ka ng connection para unti-unti napupunta ka doon sa gusto mong puntahan. Diba? Sabi nga, yung book nga, diba, yung Atomic Habits, nag-start yan sa talagang habits, hindi pwedeng nandun ka kaagad. Nagsisimula yan sa mga baby
small
steps.
Progress.
Exactly.
And sometimes, kapag for example, you've been doing the same thing for maybe a month or 2 months, tapos wala ka pa rin nakikitang progress, you have to do more
something
of it.
Different. Yes, I agree.
Matagal kasi yung yung goal na gusto mong makita. Huwag kang nagmamadali. Kailangan it takes time and consistency.
So, consistency, yes, I agree with that. Tsaka yun nga, kailangan kinikeep track mo din eh. Alin yung what went well, or alin yung mga nagbago, alin yung mga dati wala, ngayon meron na. So, tutulungan ka nun to motivate yourself. It's like you're running in a race. So, instead of looking at the finish line, ang layo ko pa, why don't you look back? Ito na yung natakbo ko.
Yes,
diba?
That's true. Parang you focus on your progress.
Exactly.
Focus on your progress, not the mistakes.
Or not the things na wala pa siya ngayon. Parang it's good to be happy.
You'll get there.
Kung ano yung meron ka muna. Pero hindi ibig sabihin nun na dito na lang ako forever, magpapakatamad ako. But, makontento muna habang hinihintay mo yung gusto mong mangyari para sa'yo.
Yes.
Diba? So, yun lang.
True.
Any last words or any
Wala na. Wala na akong last words.
Yun lang. We're very happy to share it with you guys and I hope that you will continue to support our podcast.
Yes.
It's part of our passion project and behind this camera, there's a lot of struggles that we're dealing with. But we chose to continue kahit na ang hirap, kahit yan, si Julie, she's very busy and ako din, parang there are times na wala akong maisip, walang creative juices, but lagi kong sinasabi na may mga ibang taong nakikinig at naghihintay sa atin. Nagpa-follow.
Wow.
So, isa kayo sa mga inspirasyon namin, kaya kami nagpapatuloy. Lagi namin ito sasabihin sa inyo. Yes,
kilig naman.
Kilig naman yung mga audience. So, yun lang guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For listening. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I love the episode. Wait lang.
Ako din.